into the sexy Mama Jammas. Today is now Tuesday, January 20th. On our rescheduled delivery date, we are on the road 95 southbound going through Titusville, Florida. Our ETA on site is 10:55 a.m. We're heading down the way to get this thing delivered. I'm looking at a load that's out of Miami for today, just to get me north of the state to kind of cover fuel, I reckon, because that's all you're going to get out of Miami is, but it's 45,000 pounds, so was that really going to cover fuel? It goes up to Lake City, which would be cool and all. So I would have to travel all the way from the southern part of the state, Roppy Road, all the way, deadheaded. But I don't know. Oh, Kennedy Space Center. I'm passing the Kennedy Space Center now. There's also, I saw a load in this vicinity, actually. I forget Cape Canaveral? That's right here, right? Pretty sure. I don't know. I'm gonna wait till I get there. Before I left, before 8 o'clock, so nobody was in before 8 o'clock, so I couldn't book anything if I wanted to book it. But I'm gonna wait till I get down there at 11, or get down there and get into a dock, look at the board, see if I can't schedule something pretty quickly, just by the day, so I ain't got a dead head out. But crabby rate being in Florida, we know that. But let's see if we get daisy chain them all together and put all the mileage together, times the days and all that crap. We can figure out whether it's worth it to you or not. But anyhow, we are on the road, a few hours away. Let's see what this trucking world has in store for us today, shall we? Thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate all the support. Let's get it.
Crack a monster, greet the sun. Big blues humming, ready to run.
Well, I've been in this mess, stop and go for about the past 10 minutes. Trucker Pass said, well, when I first got here, it was 11 miles, 37-minute delay. Now it says 8.6 miles, 20-minute delay, but unless we can get out of this crap soon, I don't know what's going on up here. It's like, right now we're moving 15 miles an hour, but there are times where we're sitting at 0 miles per hour. Gotta love it. Oh yeah, Boca Raton, Florida. Look at the pine, the palm trees. Palm trees make everybody happy. 73 degrees. Crystal. I don't know about crystal, but clear blue skies. Perfect weather. I like it a lot. 39.9 miles away from delivery. We've gained some time back, but it's still now saying 11:22 ETA. Shit you can do about it. And I just passed a big old long back pile of traffic on 95 northbound. Oh crap. So once I get out of here, I'm probably going to take 75 toll across from Fort Lauderdale over to the west side of Florida, hit 75 and go up north from there instead of taking 95 back up, because I'm pretty sure that traffic jam is going to be there for hours. All 5 lanes were blocked. It was just all beat up, man. All messed up. Alright, well, we're going to keep on going. Boca Raton, Town Center Mall, exit 45. We're going to exit 12, which is 33 more miles down the way. And then 5 miles from there, we are at the receiver. Pompano Beach, Florida. Oh, look at that billboard. Your wife is hot. Call air around the clock. Oh, God, okay. Fix my AC. What the hell? Pompano Beach? Or Pompano? I'm pretty sure the locals pronounce it Pompano. And we got a little bit of congestion popping up again, just to slow us down just a little bit more. Why not? Who doesn't love Florida, man? mean, I always have. I like the Gulf side better than the Atlantic side. When it comes to the water, anyway. Hit the brakes, boys, hit the brakes. Okay, oh yeah, we want to stop. Oh, whatever. Just drive, people. Oh, I know the problem is. See that daggone 2 lanes to the far left? Yeah, that's the toll lane. Every time there's a gap to where they get off of it, that's what causes all this shit. These damn cities want you to spend the money on tolls when it doesn't need to be there. We could have 6 lanes of flowing traffic, but now we got 3 and 2. Oh yeah, 5 lanes of flowing traffic. They can't get their money like that, can they? Bastards. Here, we'll tell you about my time down here in Miami. I was down here for about 5 months. I was with a financial services company in my early 20s, and I started with that company up in Detroit, Michigan. And I walked in just randomly. I was out grabbing lunch. I walked in and I saw a help wanted sign in the window. I walked in, my country bumpkin ass from West Virginia had like some sandals on and sweats and a t-shirt. I'm like, hey, y'all hired? And filled out an application. I was hired in as an assistant manager. Then after about a month and a half, another branch had got robbed and that manager quit because she couldn't take it. So I got promoted to a branch manager, got my own branch. And after a few months of that, improving those numbers, they asked if I would be their district trainer. So I was the training manager up in that area, and with that gave me an opportunity to go open up a new market, which would have been Ohio, because at the time there was no branches in Ohio. They were going to open up 10 around the Columbus area, and they asked me to go down there and be head of training. So I was the regional training director at that point, and then help open up 10 branches, get everybody trained and so forth. But at the same time I had my own branch. But through that experience, it got me noticed at corporate office, which was in Miami, downtown Miami. And I got offered in the IT department because my background is tech. I got offered, once they learned that I kind of know what the hell I'm doing with modems and networking and so forth. I wasn't Cisco certified or A+ certified, none of that crap, but I had some knowledge, working knowledge anyway. So I got offered a position in the IT department in Miami. I'm like, well, sure. So I accepted it. Came down to Miami. I was down here for about 3 months at first. And by myself. The wife stayed in Columbus. She still had to work. I was married at the time and, had a kid. And so she stayed there and worked while I went to Miami. And they put me up in employee housing for the 3 months, nearly 3 months I was down there. And for the first 3 months I was down there, and then I got to go home about once 1 weekend a month. I went home and flew back up to Columbus to the family. But yeah, where they had me was it was a gorgeous scene in my apartment plus our office. So it was on like the 12th floor of a building and overlooked Biscayne Bay with a Hard Rock and American Airlines Arena. I'm not sure if it's American Airlines now, but it's the Miami Heat Arena. Went down to South Beach and rode the people mover down to that Coral Gables, down where Miami U is and all that stuff. And the wife come down about once a month. I'd go home once a month. She'd come down, and we'd go out and do the tourist things. And I absolutely love Miami. So after that 3 months, I told the wife to go ahead and quit her job in Columbus because there was a plan that was in the works, and told her to go ahead and quit her job. She put everything in storage in West Virginia. We put our son with his aunts, my wife's sister, for the summer. So she came down there with me for the remaining couple months, and we was looking at places in what was known then as the Studio District, which was supposed to be a booming area, which I'm not sure if it ever turned into a boom or not, because the plan that was being worked on was for me to transfer out to California at some point. We just didn't have a timeline. So, but we were looking for places to buy, and we were getting ready to buy a condo after a couple of months of us being down there. Again, I'm still in the employee housing building they had us in. So we're still there. We're getting ready to buy this condo in, like I said, the Studio District, and then they say, oh, no, stop it. We're transferring you next week. I'm like, okay. So we had Of course, it's all company relocation, company paid and all that stuff. So we went up to West Virginia and we got a U-Haul and a trailer to tow my car. And we loaded up the U-Haul and my car, and the wife drove our minivan with the kid all the way to San Francisco, or Sebastopol, California, which is about an hour north on the 101 of San Francisco, right around Santa Rosa, up in Sonoma County, Napa Valley area. Gorgeous country, gorgeous area. But Miami down here, man, for me, 5 months, early 20s, most of the time by myself. I didn't do anything, you know, ridiculous. I wasn't a cheater or nothing like that. I was always loyal to the wife, but got to experience some things, and I absolutely loved Miami. And South Beach, oh man, remember the first time walking across down the beach, I'm on the phone with the wife, kind of telling her what I see. In mid-sentence, I start apologizing. She said, "What?" I saw a chick there just sun-tanning topless on the beach. I'm like, okay. And I think she heard me because I was looking at her. I kind of looked at her, and I heard her grin. She had her glasses on, sunglasses and all that. I saw her. She had some nice tattoos, like tribal tattoos going down her side and her hips and all that shit. It was gorgeous. Gorgeous. Miami for me at that point in my life was freaking awesome. And I said for the longest time, Miami was my favorite city. Now, I don't know if I'd say that now or not, but I remember it being fabulous. But anyway, we are 2.7 miles away from delivery. All right. Into this block. Alright, so this is the street parking I guess they were talking about. To the left is our facility, but down here, the stop sign apparently is where the entry is. Squeak. Unless this gate is entry. I don't know. Is this a line? Perhaps. Alright, so that's employee, that's cars. I could fit in there. Let me in it. Let me at him. There's an old pumpkin trailer here. CNS Wholesale Services, truck entrance to the left, big old arrow. That's where I want to go. This way. Turn around there, and there's a truck parked there in the middle of a turnaround. That's turnaround spots there for a reason there, buddy. Oh, look at this line. What's this? 1 CNS vehicles only. Commercial vehicles parking for lane 4. Lane 4 is where I need to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Parking lane 2 or 3. Chicken and guardhouse. Lane 4 was inbound, right? I don't remember. I can't see what that sign says. I had to break out my camera. That 4th lane says C and S inbound vehicles. Okay. I'm not a CNS inbound vehicle. Alright, now we wait. Never again. Oh, wow, never gonna come here ever again. Never gonna come here ever again. Queen bitches, 3 of them. Plus 2 security guards, and they're all classified as queen bees. queen bitch syndrome. You have zero fucking control over me. Trying to say, we can't sign you in without a vest. I was like, well, the first sign I ever saw about a vest required is right here at this window. It says required beyond this point. It doesn't say prior to this point. Otherwise, put a sign back there saying so. Say, well, sir, I'm not going to check in. I was like, so you're telling me you're not going to check me in without having my vest above the sign that says vest beyond this point? She said, yes. She said, what? I said, what's her name? She refused to tell me. I started asking everybody else, what's her name? After the fourth person me asking, she knew someone was going to tell her. She said, give me your shit. So I checked in. I got a gate pass. Now I was told, sit in your truck, wait for a call. From the receiving office. I got to put this in the back of my trailer, back into the door, put the dolly down, chalk the wheels, and disconnect from the trailer. I can do that. Now we want to see how long we gotta wait here for this crap. Never again. Never again. I mean, we know this is freaking food and shit. We know they're all... Alright, after about 45 minutes waiting for a phone call, we are in the dock. Chalk the wheels, disconnect. What is this? Message. Alright. 12:37. 3:03. Still in the dock. Been looking on the board. Oh, don't come this far south. 4 o'clock. 4:30 I got out of there. Now, rush hour traffic through Miami. I'm just gonna get north till I can find me a parking spot. Probably Fort Pierce. Hopefully Fort Pierce I can get a spot. This time of day, along 95, Florida, East Coast period, trying to find a spot to park is going to be pretty damn brutal. But we shall see. Hobe Sound, Florida way station. They brought us all in. They brought us all into this freaking single line here. What's going on? Are they bored? They're looking for something. There's like 3 or 4 in front of me, so let's see what happens. We'll say it's windy today, this afternoon. Well, hell, I remember being windy. I felt the wind when I was in the dock, too. So, yeah, it's been windy all damn day. Tell by the flags to the right there. Winds are blowing from the east to west, crosswind. So it's blowing right off the coast. We're about 35 and 38 miles. 35 miles, we got a Pilot and a Flying J, or a Pilot and a Loves. 38 miles, we got a Flying J and a Loves. So there's also a random little marathon truck stop or something there. So there's 5 potential places to where there's no parking. However, Pilots and Flying J's do have reserved parking, so if need be, one of those might be available. So let's just push this button right here. Love says it's got sunspots. It's got 87 spots. That's in Fort Pierce, Florida. The Pilot off of that same exit also says sunspots. It's got 120 spots. If we go to the Flying J and the Loves, the next exit, the Loves has 130 spots. And it's got some prediction, it says. Flying J also has 187 spots, also predicts to have some parking. So we'll see what happens. Let's roll the window down. I've already stopped. I'll stop again. And it says stop on scales. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Exit I-95. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Usually would give them a wave, but it's dark and they can't see inside my cab, so no wave for you fellas. Alright, 35 miles before we start seeing if we get parking or not. And I'm hungry. Alright, we got a parking. We stopped at the first Fort Pierce, first on the way up. There's no parking there at all. That's that place I stayed at 4 days last time I was down this for. That ain't happening again. So we came to the next one, and there was a rest area 2 miles past this. So I was out here. The only thing open here is reserve parking, so I paid for reserve parking at the Flying J. It's got a Denny's here, so I got good breakfast in the morning. But anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Been a long, crappy day. Actually, I'm not, feel better now that y'all let me scream out a little bit. But yeah, we're done for today. Thanks for riding along. I appreciate all the support, guys. Let's do a member shout out. I got a couple new ones here recently. Let's do a member shout out. Let's go to YouTube Studio. Let's go right here. Let's click on memberships and bring them out. We'll go with the most recent. Joseph Brooks, thank you for joining a couple days ago. A Trucker's Life 8080. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mikhail Lewis, he rejoined a while back. Thank you so much. Black Throttle Trucking. Chaos Ninja rejoined. Beginner Express joined a few weeks ago. President Not Sure, of course, still here. Charles Ferris, Diabetic Trucker, Meditation Station. Iron Rex 87. 09 Foot Lover. Gotta love you. Trucker Tim. Elliot Pinkham. Clayton Noble. JPM Transport. Michelle Trujillo. Carolina Cooter. Justin Truckin' 7. Steven Anderson. Ryan Thurber, KT, Sim974 Amons. I feel like that's another name that's been changed. Live at KO, of course, and Jerry H. Thank you all so much for the memberships. Appreciate going that extra level of support. Thank you so much. That's going to be it, guys. Y'all have a good night. And I'm planning on seeing you tomorrow, but we got to get a load first. So anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.